Hello, my name is Rio. I have an alt account of MarcoFlow. So this is gonna be my first time ever to stream or create a video type for a weekly plan. This is June 3rd today. So let's start. From high time frame standards, we're up and doing swing value pattern on the Monday range. So actually on this part, I'm expecting for us price to rotate towards the lower area. And actually I'm expecting some kind of reaction on the Monday open. But if there's no reaction, I'm expecting to get a full rotation into the Monday lows. Okay. And also the VWAP standards are still the same. I won't to have any reactions since we are now grinding in the quarterly VWAP area, like quarterly VWAP band and also yearly VWAP band. I want to see any reactions. If we are failing to rotate higher, I want to see a rotation between these two areas. So between the quarterly VWAP band, which is on the 105, close enough actually, 104,993, let's just round it up to 105, and on the 102 actually, 102,500. That's actually my go-to for range in VWAP section. Composites. We can see there's a pretty good composite here with fairly low volumes on the weekends, which is actually predictable since it's weekends and such. But I want to see if we are going to rotate higher, it was supported by the volumes. As of now, we see a relatively low volume compared to early days. We see that in the early days, we have like 80,000, 120, 70, 100, 100, and now we're on the 80s, so pretty average, but way below than usual. I want to see any kind of reaction, increase in volume if we were to rotate higher. Why we want to rotate higher? As you can see here, we also have some kind of poor highs and relatively untouched. As I've mentioned like days before, we have untouched poor high on the relatively new all-time highs, and also afterwards when we grinding down, we left poor highs. Those kind of poor highs are one that I want to see getting filled, like for the next week, if we were to rotate higher. Okay. So flow wise, just like yesterday, actually this is a pretty good VWAP reclaim. And if we see here on the session close, we see that there's a slight um, news from Walter, which said that US extends tariff pause on some Chinese goods to August 31, which is actually just a trigger to go higher. And if we see all of the open interest died within it, and then some retards longing the top, and now, well, doesn't really end well actually. So now I'm just waiting for any kind of POIs to be hit. My go-to POI for today, either we are going here, or as I've mentioned before, if we fail to have a good reaction and good flow, expecting some kind of reaction on the previous weekly low or at the yesterday VWAP band. Okay. Flow wise, active participants on spot making new lows, but on the perp side, not really happening, but open interest resets. So actually, it's kind of good. So what I see here is that passive participant decided to step up for the game, because we see some kind of divergence in CPDs and also in the price. So for me, this is actually some kind of a good indicator to start that we're not rotating to extreme. By extreme, I mean if we were to rotate extremely at the very first, since this was the quarterly VWAP for the red one, this is the first time we ever touch the band, and this is the first time we ever reclaim. So it's early in the 9th of April, we reclaim for the lower band to the VWAPs and then to the upper band, and then we soar higher, like way higher, not even touching, and now we touch, and if we really fail, I'm expecting a rotation here, actually, or at least some kind of reaction if we were to soar higher. But this is the extreme case that most people actually don't really expect, because we're still grinding on the 100 K area, in this block. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed.